Evening, parents. My name is Mike Bertolino, and welcome to one of the strangest experiences, certainly of my career. Obviously, we live in unprecedented times, and because of that, we have to do some unique things. Obviously, I'm not used to doing back to school night this way. Um, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not super comfortable doing it this way, but this is how we're going to try it. So, I guess what you're here for is to learn a little bit about me and what our students will be doing this semester. So, one of the things that I read about coming back to school was how important establishing a routine was going to be. That getting the students comfortable in kind of the general day to day of how things work was going to be really, really important for them to sort of resume the learning process. And what I tried to do was develop a routine that would be consistent from uh, classroom to home. And again, obviously there are challenges that go with it. I'm sure you know. The technological side is, let's call it challenging. But I think one of the things that I've taken a great deal of confidence in is that our kids are awesome. And I'm not just saying that for any of you who have met me before. It's not uh, really the way I operate. Um, our kids are awesome. And they're doing a great job with making some very difficult transitions. And again, if I'm being very open with you, um, they're doing better than I am. No doubt about that. They're doing better than I am. I am not a technology genius. I've never been accused of that. Um, a lot of the technologies that I'm using, I am learning how to use on the fly. At times, I'm learning more from our students, probably. And those challenges have continued to grow. And as we start to incorporate Google Meets and video conferencing and things of that nature into our curriculum, it's only going to get more difficult. And for me, I'm sure our students are very comfortable with these items already, but I'm going to continue to do my best to try to provide the best education possible under, quite frankly, some very adverse circumstances. And the first thing I want to say is I appreciate our students and I appreciate how much they have bought in to what we're attempting to do. I know that how we've chosen to do things is very simple. And as I was thinking about how to approach this school semester, one of the things I thought is I think right now everybody could use a little simple. I wanted to do things that I knew the students could handle and that I knew that we could evaluate fairly. So, what our pattern has kind of been is that every day they have a question of the day check in. And it's usually not meant to be, and one of the things I told the students on either of the first days of school, which is a real thing we have to talk about because we had two basically first days of school. But one of the things I told them was keep your responses very brief because our question of the day has two purposes. The first purpose is to sort of just engage a little bit, sort of establish, okay, in this class, we're going to be talking about, this topic. So, just kind of introduce the topic to the students. And the other purpose is to do attendance. And that has been challenging to try to get everybody checked in. Uh, I've had a lot of technological issues with sort of getting everybody checked in and then getting into the lesson. And some folks weren't checked in, so going back and checking and trying to see when they checked in. It's very complicated. Excuse me while I take a quick drink. So, talking for 5 minutes straight without drinking water is not something I usually do. So, I apologize if I take a couple of sips in between as we go here. So, that is really important, getting checked in. And to be completely honest, we've had very, very few issues. There are times where, if a student doesn't check in like block one, it's, difficult to try to get them checked in for block two or three or four, whatever the case may be. So at least I'm working through some of those challenges as we work forward. I should say as we go forward and as we work through it. I mixed my metaphors there. As we sort of go through and sort of talk about, look, I'm not going to read the course syllabus to you because, to be very honest with you, the course syllabus that I've done in the past and that I've used in the past is really only a guideline now. If you would like a copy of it, I would be more than happy to share it with you. I would be more than happy to, send it to you digitally. Believe me, I'd be more than happy to do that. But it's really more of a guideline now than it is anything else. As we go through, our world cultures course, we're going to stick to the outline, but how we do it has changed dramatically. And I think that's something that has taken me a while to adjust to. Again, our students have done a significantly better job than I have. So I want to thank them for that. But we're going to continue to sort of go through the way we've been going. And what I mean by that is the pattern that we've kind of developed here is, and if you've looked at your student's textbook, this may be more familiar to you than if you haven't. But each unit in our textbook has chapters and then sections within those chapters. And my goal has always been to do one section a day. So, for example, on Monday, we did Chapter 4, Section 2. On Tuesday, we're going to do Chapter 4, Section 3, and so on and so forth. And for most of the chapters, for the ones that are longer, we'll do a quiz after each chapter. Now, I will confess, I've started doing quizzes in Schoology this semester because we have to. Well, it's the easiest way to do it that I understand. So I've been doing quizzes on Schoology. There are things that have worked, and there are things that have not worked. And as we approach our second quiz, I'm trying to focus in more on the things that worked and try to, work out some of those issues. So please try to bear with me. To be very honest, I'm figuring a lot of this stuff out as we go. But as hopefully your student mentioned, we are in the middle of our Africa unit right now. The Africa unit is really important and interesting to kind of set up a lot of the themes and ideas that we're going to be talking about later when we go into India and Southern Asia. And then we will work our way into China and Japan and East Asia. And then we will talk about the Middle East as well. So we're going to cover large amounts of physical land, but we're also going to be covering a lot of different cultural groups as well. And we're going to be using quizzes, as I mentioned before. At the end of each unit, there will be a test. The tests are going to have to be different than the ones I've given in the past, just because the ones I've given in the past are in person. It's a little easier when you're giving an in-person test to add some more layers to a test because a student is right there in front of you. And if they need help, they can just raise their hand and ask. Well, that won't be true for half of our students. So I'm having to adapt a lot of these things as we go, and some of it, again, is working really well, and some of it is not. So, again, if you have any questions, please, feel free to email me. On the syllabus, you know what I'll do? I'll just post the syllabus on Schoology. I'll post the syllabus on Schoology, excuse me. So if you want to see it or anything like that, you can just go on Schoology. I'm sure your students would be more than happy to help you access it. So I will post that on Schoology, and that way you can see it there. But you can see, look, we're not really going to have homework this semester. Homework is one of those things that I've been trying to figure out how to maintain that relationship between classroom and home. And homework is just something that I'm really struggling with because obviously I know that in addition to the work they have to do with my class, I know they have 3 other classes that they have to work through as well. So I'm trying to be conscientious of everybody's time. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email address is mbertolino@cocalico.org. That's mbertolino, Bertolino, @cocalico.org. So again, feel free to email me. One thing, and I didn't want to make this like a 15, 20-minute video about me because no one's interested in that. I am currently coaching junior high football here at Cocalico. So if you do email me or Schoology message me, at the end of the day or towards the end of the day, I'm not ignoring you. I just might not see it until I get home around 6:30ish. So, I apologize if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion. But like I said, if you email me at 2:40 or 2:45 or something like that, I'm getting ready to go out to football, and I'm not gonna have access to my computer, so I might not see it until later in the evening. So. I just wanted to give you a heads up about that. I look, and I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm already going over the time that we're supposed to kind of stick to. I just want to say thank you for working with our students and helping our students learn under really adverse conditions. And I think we're all doing the best we can. And hopefully we can continue to, get through this. And hopefully things can return to normal as soon as possible, and we can resume in-class learning for everybody, and just kind of get normal school back. And hopefully that's something that we're working towards. So, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. That was very odd to make, but I just want to say thank you and best of luck to you, and stay safe.